We're working today on something called tiling. And basically, the gist of it is that we're going to multiply mixed numbers. So hopefully, you've got this sheet in front of you. If you don't, you could use some notebook paper because I've got the problem here, and you can use notebook paper to work it. So just find the area of the mirror shown below. They want us to find area. Now remember, we know that area has a formula just like volume does. Area equals length times width. So I'm going to do the length and then the width. My length, I like to always use my line across the front. So if this is 3 feet, this is 3 feet. And my width will be here 1.5 feet. Now, I want these to be a fraction with just a numerator and a denominator. I don't want a mixed number. I don't want a whole number. So I've got to change these, and I want just a numerator and a denominator. This is very easy to do. This would be 3 over 1 times, and then remember, if I want to change this mixed number to an improper fraction, I multiply these, add the top, and keep the same denominator. So 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, and keep the same denominator. Now, I just multiply, and we know multiplying fractions is very easy. Top times top, bottom times bottom. Notice now I have a numerator and a denominator for both of these. So that will be 9 halves. And we know that's improper, so I've got to divide to fix it. The top number goes in. 2 will go into 9 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract 1, stop, rock around the clock. 4.5 is my answer. And the unit they use is feet. And with area, I have to always put the little 2 there for square feet. 4.5 square feet. Okay? Coming over to example 2. After you're getting the hang of this, I would suggest that you pause the video, work the problem, and then you could fast forward to my answer and see if you get the same answer. It says a bathtub is 3/4 meters wide and 2.5 meters wide. What is the area? Now, probably this is a typo, and probably they meant to say one of these as being length and one of them width. We'll just call the first one the length, and we'll let this one be the width. It doesn't matter. We're still multiplying two numbers together. So area equals length times width. And I'll let this first number be my length. That's 3/4 times 2.5. Now, I like 3/4. I'm good with that. It's just the numerator and a denominator. I don't like having this mixed number. I need to fix this to an improper fraction where I'll just have a numerator and a denominator. So multiply these, add the top. So that's 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and keep the same denominator. Now I'm going to multiply top times top, bottom times bottom. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 2 is 8. That's improper. I've got to divide to fix it. My numerator, the top number, goes inside. That's my dividend in the den. 8 goes into 15 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract 15 minus 8 is 7. Stop, rock around the clock. 1 7/8, and they use meters, square meters. And I know that's in simplest form because these are neighbors. I knew this one was in simplest form because I had a 1 on top. And I guess I should circle my final answer so that it stands out really well. Okay? Now, hopefully I won't make any mistakes. That's the bad thing about not having anyone watching me with me, because y'all can stop me. So if I have an error, though, let me know. All right, it says Bart built a planter that is 1 1/3 feet wide and 4.5 feet long. what is the area of the planter? So I know area equals length times width. So my length, we'll go with long. That's 4.5. My width is 1 1/3. Okay. Notice both of these are mixed numbers, and I don't want that. I want just a numerator and a denominator. So I'm going to rename these to improper fractions. Multiply these, add the top. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9 halves, times, multiply these, add the top. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. We'll come across top times top, bottom times bottom. 2 times 3 is 6. 9 times 4 is 36. And if you think about it, 36 divided by 6, well, that equals just 6. If you were to divide this, see, you get 6 and 0, 6. And you don't need that 0, 6 because that just equals 0. You want to just keep the 6. So my answer is 6. The unit they used is feet. And I put the little 2 there, 6 square feet. Okay. What is the area of the rectangle? Area equals length times width. Length, I want my line across the front, so I'll use this one. 2 2/3 times 1 1/4. I want these to be just numerator and denominator. So I'm going to say multiply these, add the top, that's 8/3 times 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Remember, we keep the same denominator. 8 times 5 is 40. 3 times 4 is 12. I've got 40 twelfths. I've got to divide to fix that. 12 will go into 40. 3 times 12 is 36. 40 minus 36 is 4. I've got 3 and 4 twelfths. And I'm sure that's not in simplest form because that's 2 even numbers. So I need to do a factor tree to fix those. I'll come right here and do 4. That's 2 times 2 prime prime. I'll do 12. 2 times 6. 2 is prime. 6. Oh, I don't have any room. 2 and 3. Prime prime. Sorry, I ran out of room right there. So when I draw my line, the numbers I got for 4 were 2 times 2 and 12, 2, 2, 3. The 2's match. Those 2's match. I got a 3 left on the bottom with an invisible 1 up top. So the 4 twelfths would change to 1/3. So that's going to equal 3. And the 4 twelfths will be 1/3. And the unit they used is inches, square inches. One thing people often forget is once they realize 4 twelfths is 1/3, they'll forget the 3 and just make 1/3 the answer. So be real careful with that. Make sure you always bring the whole number with it. Okay, this says find the area of a rectangle that is 1/8 meter by 1.5 meter. Area equals length times width. And they don't tell me which is which, so I'll just choose one. I'll let 1/8 go here and 1 1/2 go here. Now, this should be something that you can do now on your own. So I'll let you do this one and you can send me your answers. This one will be number 1. Here's number 2. What is the area of the rectangle below? And they've got your dimensions here. Number 3 says Jacob has a tray that is shown in the diagram below. What is the area of Jacob's tray? This is 2 2/3 by 2/3. You can do that one. And number 4, Jody makes rectangular earrings out of glass. Each earring is 1 1/4 inches wide and 2 inches long. What is the area of the piece of glass that Jody must cut to make each earring? You've got your length, you've got your width. Set it up and solve it. So you've got 4 problems that I'd like for you to do, and send me your answers to let me know how well you understood the lesson. If you need anything, let me know. Thanks for watching.